HighCon series.
Morning children. So in the previous class we have completed the lesson part and now it is time for us to do some activity part right here. Okay. So the activity part of this particular lesson starts with tick the correct option to complete the following sentences. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sentences are given there, right? 5 sentences are given and all the sentences has one blank each. In every sentence there is at least one blank and for every sentence there are 4 options also given. A, B, C, D. Right? So now what we need to do is we need to read this lesson, the sentence first. Right? We need to read the given sentence here first. Check with the options that we have got over there and based on what we have learned in the lesson, we need to identify the correct option with which we can complete the blanks. Right? We need to read the sentence one by one. Right? We need to read the sentence one by one. We need to check with the options that are given there. And based on what we have learned in the lesson, we need to check which of this is the right option. Okay. Now, the first sentence. The eucalyptus tree felt that the music of the dash was sweet. The eucalyptus tree felt that the music of dash was sweet. So, out of the 4 trees given there, eucalyptus tree felt the music of something very beautiful, isn't it? Very sweet. So, which one was that? Which one was that which was making that beautiful music? Was it a piano, a flute, a rustling leaf, or a stream? So there was nobody playing a piano or a flute over there, isn't it? Nobody was playing any piano or a flute. And rustling leaves was making some music and stream also was there, isn't it? But that was not that good music because something had happened to the stream, isn't it? Yes. So, what was actually making that sweet music over there? The rustling leaves was making sweet music over there, isn't it? So, what is the answer? Rustling leaves. So, now we will drop a tick mark over there and that we mark the answer. The eucalyptus tree felt that the music of rustling leaves was sweet. Right? Now the second sentence. The amount of dash in the air has increased. So there was a common complaint there. No? Something is happening with the quality of the air and something is increased. The amount of something specific is increasing in the air. What was that? Oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. So what was increasing in the air? Was it the oxygen? The amount of oxygen was increasing in the air? No. Hydrogen? No way. And nitrogen? We didn't even mention that in the lesson, isn't it? Then what did we mention there? We thought about the carbon dioxide, isn't it? We discussed about the carbon dioxide. So, the amount of carbon dioxide in the air has increased. So, carbon dioxide is the right answer and we have dragged and dropped a tick marker marking it as the correct answer. Right? Third one. The dash brought messages for the trees. So how did the trees get the messages? Yes, somebody brought these messages for the trees in this magical forest, isn't it? Yes, so who were they? Options. Butterflies and birds. B. Humans. C. Wind. D. Sunlight. So who did bring the message? Was it butterflies and birds? Was it humans? Humans came to forest only cut the trees, isn't it? Yes. Wind just blew through the forest. Sunlight gave a kind of blessing, nothing else, isn't it? Then who did bring the messages for the trees? Yes, the birds and the butterflies brought the message for the trees. So we will drop a tick mark over there. The butterflies and the birds brought messages for the trees. What's the answer? The butterflies and the birds brought messages for the trees. 4. Many trees had been cut down to make dash. So we have just seen the human beings come to the forest only to, yes, cut the trees, isn't it? And why do they cut the trees? They need to do something there, isn't it? What was that? National parks, sanctuaries, buildings and structures, lakes. So why did these people cut the trees? Was it for making national parks? National parks mean what? Yes, zoological parks or open land areas where animals can live free. Sanctuaries also are the same. Okay? Sanctuaries also are the same. So, were these trees being cut off for doing something for the sake of the animals over there? No. They are also being killed, isn't it? Then, buildings and structures. They wanted to clear the forest and construct new buildings over there, isn't it? Yes. Lakes, even lakes were also covered so as to make more buildings, right? So, what is the answer? Buildings and structures. So, we will drag and drop a tick mark over there. And the answer is, many trees had been cut down to make buildings and structures. 5th one, the sparkling stream had turned into. So, the trees identified a sparkling stream was there earlier. Now, it is no more there. There is something else there. What is there now? A gushing river? A very fast flowing, full-fledged river? No. A lake? Will a stream change itself into a lake? No way. Drain. Drain means what? Drainage system. Right? Where all the waste particles and all those things come and flow. Fountain. Fountain means what? Yes, the water is coming up and making a display, isn't it? Can a spring become a fountain? No way. So what has it become? A drain. Right? So we will drag and drop a tick mark here. So the sparkling stream had turned into a drain is the answer. Right? Now, I'll read the sentences once again. The eucalyptus tree felt the music of rustling leaves was sweet. The amount of carbon dioxide in the air has increased. The butterflies and the birds brought messages for the trees. Many trees had been cut down to make buildings and structures. The sparkling stream had turned into a drain. Right? So now I will keep the screen the same for you for a minute so that you can read these sentences once again and check with the other options also. Right? So now it's a time for the questions and answers. We have got some questions here from the lesson what we have learned about the trees can also speak. And we have questions here and we need to find the answers for these questions. Okay. So we will have 2 questions at a time. After going through these 2 questions, I will give you the screen for for a minute for you to read the question once again. Okay. Right, the first question, what was the duty of the trees according to the pine tree? So when the trees were discussing something over there, they came about the duties and all. and the pine tree said something about the duty of the trees over there, isn't it? So what was that? Okay, let us check the answer. It was the duty of the trees to keep the earth fit and the air clean for all the living beings. So what was the duty of the trees? It was the duty of the trees to keep the earth fit. Fit means what? Energetic. How? And the air clean for all the living beings. So the carbon dioxide that is breathed out by the animals have to be breathed in by the trees, and they need to leave out oxygen, and the air has to be full of oxygen. Okay, and the earth has to be fit, energetic, right? So if there are more trees, we know there will be more climatic control, plenty of plants will grow, more oxygen will be there, the animals and other living things also will be happy, the earth also will be energetic, fit, right? Okay. Now the second question. What were the two main reasons behind increase of pollution in the air according to the peepal tree and the neem tree? So they discussed about these things also, no? Yeah, the amount of carbon dioxide has gone up in the atmosphere, and that is polluting the air, right? So when they are discussing about these things, they said two main reasons behind the increase of pollution. Two main reasons behind the increase of pollution, right? So what were those two main reasons of pollution in the air according to the peepal tree and the neem tree? Yeah, cutting down the trees and increase in the number of using vehicles on road are the two main reasons for the increase of pollution in the air. Okay, so what are the reasons? Cutting down the trees and increase in the number of using vehicles. So we know we all breathe out carbon dioxide. Along with that, the vehicles also, the smoke that comes out of the vehicles also have a lot of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. If there are more trees, these trees can absorb these carbon dioxide and give out oxygen, right? But what do? The increase in the number of using vehicles on road. The more vehicles we use, what happens? Yeah, the carbon emission also increases, isn't it? The amount of carbon dioxide and the monoxide in the atmosphere also increases. So if the carbon emission increases, what should happen there? More trees should be there, isn't it? We are increasing the carbon contamination, pollution, and if there are more trees, then what happens? Yes, this will balance, isn't it? Both the pollution and the purification will balance. But what do? We cut down the trees. So we increase the pollution and reduce the number of trees. What happens? Pollution goes beyond control. Isn't it? Yes. So the two main reasons behind the increase in the pollution in the air according to the neem tree and the peepal tree. One is cutting down the trees. Second is increase in the number of using vehicles on road. Right? So we will read these two questions once again, and then I will give you the time to read them yourselves. Right? So first question, what was the duty of the trees according to the pine tree? It was the duty of the trees to keep the earth fit and the air clean for all the living beings. Second, what were the two main reasons behind the increase of pollution in the air according to the peepal tree and the neem tree? Cutting down of trees and increase in the number of using vehicles on road are the two main reasons for the increase of pollution in the air. Right? So now I will keep the screen the same for another minute for you so that you can read it yourself. Right? Now the third question. Why did the water table go down? Why did the water table go down? You check the answer. The water table went down because of a lot of underground water is drawn out for humans and for construction work. So the roots of the trees actually go down deep into the soil, and from there they absorb the water and the nutrients. Okay. So most of the trees actually use the water that is available below the earth. But what do? Yeah, we dig wells, bore wells, and we pull out maximum water from the depths of the soil, isn't it? Yes. See, the water table went down because a lot of underground water is drawn out for humans and for the construction work. For our consumptions and then for the constructions, we need a lot of water, and we are taking the maximum water out of the earth. So because of these things, what happened? Yes, the water table level went down. Right? Now the next question. That's a sad news. What was the sad news for the trees? So as they were discussing there, something happened. They came across some news, and that was a sad news. So what was that? The sad news was that some people are planning to build a multi-storied apartment and a highway cutting down the forest. So the birds and the butterflies, they brought the news. And what was the news? Some people are planning to cut the forest down and build a multi-storied apartment and a highway through the forest. So if you want to construct a highway, a very good amount of land is required, and for that, so many trees have to be cut off. If they want to construct a multi-storied apartment, again, the trees have to be cleared, the land has to be made perfect, isn't it? So, the sad news was that some people are planning to construct a multi-storied apartment and a highway through the forest, for which they have to cut a lot of trees, right? So we will read these two questions also once again. Third question, why did the water table go down? The water table went down because a lot of underground water is drawn out for humans and for the construction work. That's a sad news. What was the sad news for the trees? The sad news was that some people are planning to build a multi-storied apartment and a highway cutting down the forest. Right? So now I will keep the screen the same for another minute so that you can read it yourself. So now we have come to the fifth question. Name any two activities that people enjoyed doing in the green forest. So people do enjoy some things that we do in the green forest, isn't it? So what are they? The answer, nature walks and picnics are the two activities that people enjoy doing in the green forest. We would like to go to the forest and take a walk around the forest, within the forest itself. We enjoy doing such kinds of things, and we do love picnics. During the weekends or during holidays, all the family members will go to a very beautiful spot a naturally beautiful spot near a forest or near the riverside and spend a day over there, right? So these are some kind of activities. What are they? Nature walks and picnics are two activities that the people enjoyed doing in the green forest, right? Okay, next question. Why did the environmentalists want to save the green forest? Right, two reasons. So we saw as the trees were talking, they got a bad news that the more trees are going to be cut, and there is to have a multi-storied apartment and a highway. There came some other people who were actually talking for the sake of the forest, right? So they are called environmentalists. Why did they want to save the green forest? What is the answer? The environmentalists want to save the green forest as they are beautiful and are important for humans and animals to survive. So environmentalists have already understood the importance of the forest. Okay, they are very beautiful. The green forests are very beautiful and are important for the humans and animals to survive. If there are no plants, no trees, no oxygen, isn't it? Then no animals, no human beings, nothing. So these people, the environmentalists, have actually understood the importance of these plants and how beautiful they are and the need by which they have to be preserved, they have to be protected, right? And that is why they want to save the forest. Okay. So now two more questions have come over here. We will read these questions once again. Name any two activities that the people enjoyed doing in the green forest. A nature walk and picnics are the two activities that the people enjoyed doing in the green forest. Sixth question. Why did the environmentalists want to save the green forest? Right, two reasons. The environmentalists want to save the green forest as they are very beautiful and are important for humans and animals to survive. Clear? So now I will keep this screen for another minute so that you can read these two questions also, and then we will go on to the next question. Okay. Now the seventh question. Why were the trees happy at the end of the play? So at the end, the trees in this magical forest were very happy, no? Why were they happy? You'll check the answer. The trees were happy at the end of the play as a green forest would not be cut down. So there came some people to cut down the trees and build a new multi-story apartment and a highway. But the environmentalists also came there. They argued for the sake of the green forest, understanding the importance of this green forest, and they made the people, change their decision, right? So the plan to cut the green forest and establish the new building and the roads were that has brought to an end. Okay, so there were no more plans to cut the trees and construct an apartment or a road over there. So the trees in the green forest were very happy. Now, do you think that trees are truly our friends? Why should we support the environmentalists? Give two reasons in support of your answer. So, do you think the trees are our friends? Why we should protect the trees? What's your opinion on that? Huh? See? Yes, trees are truly our friends. They provide oxygen for breathing and they maintain water level in the earth. They clean the pollution in the air. Environmentalists want to protect the environment by obstructing, cutting down the trees, etc. So we should support the environmentalists. Obviously, trees are our friends. See, what are the things they do for us? They give us a food, they give us a shelter, they give us a cool breeze, they give us a shade. They are used for different types of purposes, and they provide oxygen for breathing and maintain water level also. Okay, so if there are more trees during rain, what happens is the trees will stop the force of the rain and it will make them drop by drop to reach on the earth. Okay, as they are not in a great force and as they are coming in very small quantities, it's easy for earth to absorb the water. If the earth absorbs the water, this water will go down and join the underwater resources. But if the water the raindrops directly falls on the earth, it's actually falling at a great speed and it will not go down into the earth. It will simply flow off into the drainage. Okay, so the trees help to maintain the water level. They clean the pollution in the air by absorbing carbon dioxide and all. Right? So there are a lot of advantages for us with the trees. Now, environmentalists want to protect the environment by obstructing, cutting down the trees, etc. So, environmentalists are actually against cutting the trees and establishing new constructions, and they actually argue to plant more trees and plants as well. So we should support the environmentalists. Trees are great friends for us. Trees are of very much use for us. So environmentalists are actually arguing for the sake of the trees and we should support the environmentalists. Okay. So these are the last two questions. I will read these questions once again and then I will let you have the time to read the questions and answers. Why were the trees happy at the end of the play? The trees were very happy at the end of the play as the green forest would not be cut down. Last one. Do you think that the trees are truly our friends? Why should we support the environmentalists? Give two reasons in support of our answer. Yes, trees are truly our friends. They provide oxygen for breathing and maintain water level in the earth. They clean the pollution in the air. Environmentalists want to protect the environment by obstructing, cutting down the trees, etc. So, we should support the environmentalists. Right? So, now I will keep the screen the same for another minute so that you will have some time to look at the trees. Look at these question answers. HOTS. HOTS means high order thinking section. What would you like to do for your neighborhood in order to save it from air pollution, sound pollution and water pollution? Suggest at least 3 solutions. So we, especially those who live in the cities, have all these 3 pollutions: water pollution, sound pollution and air pollution. Okay. So as to reduce these kinds of pollutions, what can you do in your neighborhood? What can we do? I would like to grow more plants. I would like to grow more plants in the surroundings to save them from air pollution. If we plant more trees, air pollution will bring down. Second, I would like to minimize producing sound to save from the sound pollution. Okay? I would like to produce minimum sound. We should not make a large sound and all, so that the sound pollution can be reduced. I would like to keep the garbage only in the dustbins to save from water pollution. So I won't throw the garbage into the drain or road or something like that, but I will keep the garbage in the garbage bin itself. Okay, the waste bin itself, so that these waste will not get mixed up with the water and cause water pollutions. Right? So these are the 3 things that we could do. Water. I would like to grow more plants in the surroundings to save the earth from air pollution. It can also make the environment, the neighborhood, beautiful as well. Second, I would like to minimize producing sound so as to save it from the sound pollution. If we reduce the amount of sound that we make, obviously sound pollution can be brought under control. I would like to keep the garbage only in the dustbins to save from water pollution. If we keep the garbage in the garbage bin instead of throwing it here and there, definitely water pollution also can be brought under control. Right? So now I will keep the screen the same for another minute for you so that you can read and read both the question and the answers once again yourself.